Hey everyone, my name is Ryan Sumo, and I'm one of the co-founders of Squeaky Wheel, an independent PC game studio based in the Philippines. So a couple of weeks ago, we showed you our new game that we're working on, which is a school simulator. And yeah, we're trying to stick to a roughly a monthly schedule. Well, this one's a little bit earlier, just because we shared the first devlog like first week of February. But we're gonna try to stick to a monthly schedule for these devlogs. And yeah, so I'm back to show you what we've been working on since then. So let's get started. Okay, so here I've built a small school with roughly 100 students. And yeah, I'm just going to go through some of the new stuff that we've done so far. So one of the favorite things that I like here are these doors. Can you see that the doors are kind of opening and closing? And that seems like kind of a minor thing, and I mean, it probably is, but back when I was working on Prison Architect, I was really kind of annoyed at how the doors look, like how they kind of slided, and instead of like really properly opening and closing. So like I don't know, it was a silly thing, but I really wanted to make sure that these doors open and close properly instead of kind of like sliding into the walls in the way that that Prison Architect would. Yeah, but anyway, that's just a minor thing. But I'm strangely like super happy about how our doors look. So other stuff that we've done, just minor things, really, like we can drag now. Like when we're building stuff, we can click and drag. We weren't able to do that last during the last devlog. We've cleaned up like the walls. There was some artifacting on the walls last time around, and so that's kind of cleaned up now. You can also see previously in our last video, you can check that out, the new game Devlog 1. The outside, like, you know, like the outside of the buildings, they didn't really have tiles. Like, it was just kind of a brownish stuff floating around there. So now we have actual ground tiles. So this is like some dirt and some grass. And right now they look kind of, you know, you can kind of see how they're tiled. Later on, we'll be doing some like diffusing between the tiles, just like RimWorld or Prison Architect does, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Let's see what else. Oh, right, like yeah, for the first devlog, it was really kind of a pain to do because we couldn't even actually like dismantle or break down objects. So like if I'd made a mistake in my layout, I was kind of screwed, and I had to record again. So this is nice. Now we have a dismantle feature. So like I'll just right click here, or just left click actually, and click on dismantle, and poof, the construction worker gets to work on dismantling that wall. It's stuff like that, like small things like that. You'd be surprised actually how much work it actually takes to get like just small minor details like that done for the game. Yeah, we have a couple of new objects. We have the office table here for the teachers. So the teachers, by the way, they now have a little bit of AI in them, so they're just walking across the classrooms here. Although we haven't really assigned them to specific classrooms, so you'll notice here there are 2 teachers, which is a little weird, but this one is empty. So now they're just milling about like a random classroom, and if it's not class time, they'll move over here to what is their the faculty room. Yeah, so we have an office table for the teachers here. We have some file cabinets. For the bathroom, we've added sinks, but as you'll notice, we still don't have toilets working. That should come. Well, hopefully by next month we should have some toilets running. So yeah, and aside from that, a lot of what we've been doing is just optimizing the AI. So you see here we have like the frame rate counter, and it'll tell us like we've been doing a lot of stress tests to try to make sure that once we reach a certain level of or a certain number of students or staff, that it'll still be working. It'll still be working okay. Well, I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Yeah, in a couple of seconds. So here's that stress test that I was talking about. This is a gigantic school that has 1,000 students. So we're really trying to push this as far as we can so that you can, make as large a school as you would like. I think that 1,000 students is already kind of pushing our limits, but we'll see how far we can take this. Initially, we thought that like 1,000 students, it seems like a lot. I mean, it seems like a crazy amount of students, right? But I did a little bit of research on the largest schools in the world, and it turns out that the largest school in the world is it's a Montessori, the City Montessori School in India, and it has more than 50,000 students. And I mean, that's kind of crazy. I can't imagine working or, like running a school like that. Interestingly enough, the previous record holder for the most number of students in a school is actually, was it based in the Philippines? It's called Rizal High School, and when it held the title, they had like almost 20,000 students, which in and of itself is still kind of ridiculous. But I don't think that will I mean, don't get your hopes up or anything. I don't think that we're gonna be able to have schools that large, but hopefully, like a school like this large should be enough of a challenge for all of you guys. And that's it for now. We'll be back next month, but in the meantime, we would love to hear from you. Any feedback or suggestions, just check out the information below to find out the best way to get in touch with us. And also, please do sign up for our mailing list so that you're updated on the latest Squeaky Wheel news. It would also really help us out if you guys could share this video. If you have friends or, just people or communities that you think would be interested in this kind of game. Your feedback is very, very, very valuable to us, so we would love to hear from you. All right, I'm going to wrap it up right now, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye-bye.